Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to the Soul Star Wavelength. It's me, Nirvana. Alrighty guys, so I've got another Alice in Wonderland themed reading today, as you can very plainly tell. Yes, so today's reading is What Makes You Unique? And I have pile 1 here, which is the Mellow Mushroom, and then I have pile 2 here with the Cheshire Cat. So yeah, and if anyone's interested, before we move on to the piles, if you're interested in a personalized reading, I do offer them. Links below to my personal website and details are there. Alrighty, and so without further ado, I shall move on to the piles. Hello, pile 1, the mushroom pile. And I call it mellow mushroom because, oh my goodness, it's jumping. It's jumping. Yeah, I call it the mellow mushroom because of the restaurant chain. Yeah, there's one in my hometown, which is super cool. Yeah, so what makes you unique? So immediately with this mushroom here, and since it's mellow, how cool you are, how calm you stay, no matter what's happening around you. Your expansive mind is definitely a huge part of what makes you unique. You expand everyone else's mind around you just by being in their vicinity. Because see, you have like very strong waves that radiate out from you. Also, your confidence with this yellow. You definitely shine really bright without trying hard. So your solar plexus chakra is really, really strong, as is your crown. And then we have the orange shading here. So yes, very good balance between masculine and feminine. Very creative. Yes, this is a super creative pile. And that's a huge part of what makes you unique. You're very connected to higher frequencies, higher vibrations, and you radiate this out wherever you go. The pink would connect to higher heart chakra and soul star chakra for me. So being around you is definitely a gift from the divine. You might also like pizza. I don't know if that makes you unique, because I feel like pizzas are pretty common, but maybe you like an unusual flavor of pizza. That's fun. Anything else I'm drawing from this? Yeah, you definitely have something psychedelic about your energy. It's making me think of the Dali quote that I really love, that's I don't do drugs, I am drugs. Yeah, just extremely expansive, but very chilled out individual. However, with all the yellow you have and the orange shading, you definitely have a lot of passion, and so you just sort of channel all your I feel like you're very good at channeling your negative energies, or so-called negative, emotions, I should say, rather than energy. Your negative emotions, you're very good at transmuting it and channeling it into creativity, into creative projects. Yep, I'm hearing The White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane. Feed your head. Yeah, you definitely feed others' minds and expand them in wonderful ways. All right, so since I'm repeating myself now, let's get our bibliomancy going. But I'll put you over here too. Now, I do have Through the Looking Glass as well, book equivalent, little sister book to this one, but it feels right to stay in the Alice in Wonderland book just now, since the mushrooms and the Cheshire Cat are both from this novel. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, Bill the Lizard. Poor Bill. Rabbit sends in a little bill. See the way that the lizard's flying up here? Okay, so I'm getting Lizard King, so you might also like Jim Morrison. Okay, so a lot of like 60s music, so I think you are into like classic music, classic rock. Yeah, with Jefferson Airplane and Jim Morrison. Yeah, Woodstock vibes. You probably like Jimi Hendrix as well. You really help people to ascend, that's for sure. Look at this guy flying up. You get people out of you know what you do, definitely, and I saw 111 on my little timer there as I saying this, but you get people out of dark, uncomfortable spots in life. You help lift them up to better places, better, higher states of consciousness, of being. Yeah. Anything else? Yeah. So, actually with this as well, it says, Alice up here, I wonder what they'll do next. As for pulling me out of the window, I only wish they could. I'm sure oh my God. I'm sure I don't want to stay in here any longer. My gosh, I completely like, whew. Being around you is definitely, you might notice people like losing their concentration, their focus, that people might find it hard to focus around you because it's such a shift in energy and vibration being around you. But yes, you also get people out of situations and states of mind, states of being that they really didn't think they could. Alrighty, we shall move on to some cards. Alrighty, so we're doing something a little different today, and we will start off with the Oracle cards. This is the Alice in Wonderland Oracle by Lucy Cavendish, art by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. So let's see what makes my pile number ones, the Mellow Mushroom pile, what makes them unique. I just heard gourmet and acquired taste. So yeah, not everyone is equipped to hang around with you, that's for sure. But that's a good thing in my book. If you're for everyone, then you're not really authentic. Yeah, extremely authentic. Good ingredients, I heard. See, because I'm thinking of mellow mushroom, but for me, that's like all the parts of you that make you up. You feel very fine-tailored. So even though you come across very cool and nonchalant, you have so much going on up in your mind. And you're very detail-orientated. Yeah, there's something of a mastermind energy in here. Yeah, definitely. And people don't expect it. So what makes pile number ones unique? The right way. Look at this. Learning to create what you desire. Yeah, see, this is that mastermind energy that I was just picking up on. And look, the crown being highlighted here. Yeah, you're very focused, actually. Even though you might have the effect on other people of, well, they might feel out of sorts almost. Like, it might feel, you might be quite intoxicating for other people. You might have such a sort of addictive aura for people. And it can make them really just focus on you, but you're very focused on what you want to bring into your life and everything. You're just having as good a time as possible while you keep your goals you keep very focused on your goals. I'm getting like very strong. You guys might be very good visualizers, actually. Yep. You might be very good at visualizing. And if not, that might be a new gift coming to you that will help make you unique. You will be better at visualizing than most if you're not already. And as a matter of fact, I think that gift will be expanding anyway, even if you're already top tier. Painting the roses red, covering up errors. Ooh. Okay, okay. Let me get another one. Painting the roses red, covering up errors. I'm going to say you have a very good poker face. And you're very good at getting out of things you don't want to be a part of anymore. I heard like slippery fish. So perhaps you have Pisces as one of your main placements. That would actually make sense with being an amazing visualizer as well. Cool. Oh, onto the floor it goes. Aha. We have nature communication, flower energies, fairy energies, elemental messengers. Oh, we love fairy energy here. Yes. Yes, and that's very much a thing. Like the flowers, you can talk to the flowers. You can learn a lot of things from the flowers. Yes. So you might be someone that does speak to nature. That definitely makes you unique. Not a lot of people might have the confidence to, to do that, to believe in themselves and to believe in the power of nature and in the power of communicating to a species other than our fellow humans, huh? Yeah, what makes you unique is you definitely get, look at the color combos here, the purple and the pinks. And I love the eyes are so gorgeous here. Yeah, you do. You get a lot of downloads and messages from nature and from the Fae. And the elementals as well, the elementals themselves. So we've got our nice little candle here. Fire, water, earth, air. I know that that's definitely something, yes, that I can experience. I love the elements. It makes me think of, yeah, you can draw so much wonderful information and downloads just from being out in the elements. Like you get a gust of a breeze, fresh air hits you, and it just sets off all these neurons in your brain, and you're just yeah, your eyes just like light up with information. Very gorgeous. I'll get one more from this deck. I also feel like you are very beautiful. That's part of what makes you unique, but you're a very unique beauty. You might have some form of heterochromia, like there's centralized heterochromia shown in this art. Actually, you can see it a bit in her eyes here too, so that really might be something. Or you might have unusual eyes in some way, like I can't remember the name of David Bowie's one, where one pupil is normally more dilated than the other. Very cool. Yeah, there's something about your appearance that is very appealing, but it's also very different. So even though there might be something about you that is conventionally attractive, you're very unconventional, and it's very obvious you're unconventional in some way, and yet you're still accepted by more, by a wide range of people, even though you are an acquired taste. This is so interesting. Maybe some people just can't handle being up close to you. Yeah, maybe this is a pile that Maybe you have to work with groups of people in some way, and you're very popular within that, but at the same time, you might trigger people a lot just from being in a high vibration. That makes sense. Your light shining out, the light irritating the, you know, the demons, so to speak. Let's get one more card. Yeah, if you have plants in your house, those are amazing. And your plants may be quite unique as well as a reflection of you. One more. Oh, two. No, just one. Okay, follow the white rabbit. Curiosity meets opportunity. Yes. And then at the bottom we have changed in the night. You have changed quickly. Yes, so you are, yeah, you're kind of a shapeshifter. You're rapidly change, or you've gone through a lot of rapid changes in recent times. There's definitely something unusual about your eyes, because the eyes are really all standing out to me. And a lot of them have that, like, also it's kind of like it's sort of almost a fiery center to the eyes. So yeah, that's the duality that you embody of fiery and yet cool and calm at the same time. You temper your passions very well. You temper your emotions very well. Change quickly. Yeah, that's something that makes you unique, is you do, I think a lot of people are always surprised when they see you. If there's a space of time in between when people get to see you and you look so different each time. Yes, they're always amazed. I just heard as well how you always look better somehow. That's that Fae energy, helping to keep you youthful, huh? Fairy energy is very Gemini for me, and I was getting Gemini with like the sort of shapeshiftery, changing appearance energy. So you might have Gemini somewhere like prominent in your chart. Curiosity meets opportunity. Yes, I think people do think you're quite magical. How you're able to, it seems like you always seem to get opportunities out of the blue, out of thin air. All you have to do is focus your mind on it for not long. Like, so say you just mentioned something in passing to a friend, and then the next time you see them, you're like, they're like, oh yeah, how about that thing you were interested in? And you're like, oh yeah, I like got this project started and it's actually doing really well. And like, do you want to see, like, I've got this whole new blog or YouTube channel about it, and yada yada yada. And they're just like, what? Like, you were literally just like conceptualizing it the last time I saw it, and now you've got this, like, this whole thing going on. That feels like no time at all. Yeah, this is quite reality bending. People see you as very reality bending, and that is, it's definitely something that makes you unique. Alrighty, let's move on to some clarifiers. Alrighty, using the Alice in Wonderland Tiny Tarot deck to clarify. So let's see. We'll clarify the right way first. The right way also talks about overcoming impossible odds. So yes, there's definitely, that's that reality reality bending nature that you have. I also think you could be quite good with animals. This bunny looks really happy to me here. That made me think of the Amazing Digital Circus for some reason, so you might be a fan of that show. Oh, nope, too many. Please, can we clarify the cards for pile number 1, the mushroom pile, what makes them unique? If you're enjoying this reading, please do give me a like, share, comment, subscribe, become a soul star in my community. It's growing rapidly by the day. I'm very, I'm very honored and just so happy to have you all here. Like, I really can't tell you guys enough. It really means the world. I'm so happy to be connecting to, to people I'm meant to connect with. Yeah, I think you're definitely someone that people feel that it's fated for them to have encountered you too. Alrighty, I'll take these. Ah, look at that, the Magician. Very nice. And the 2 of Flowers. Yep, you completely, this Master Magician energy is very strong. You really seem to like be able to magic things out of nothing. And the 2 of Flowers is opening up pathways. Yes, that's that way that you can get away from environments or people that you don't drive with, like with relative ease. You just open up, it's like you just open up this portal and like, boom, you're through. Let's get one more. Well, not one more for now. We got 7 of Hedgehogs here. Yes, you're very patient, very, very patient. It's because you truly believe and know your, you know the power that you hold. You believe in the power that you hold and you know it. You just know it. So you're able to be very patient as you wait for everything to come to fruition for you. But it's funny because it might feel slow to you because you're used to working, because fairy energy is extremely fast, light, and it's very, very fast paced. But so your rate of manifestation might even seem slow for you right now. But what I'm getting is that, yeah, from an outside perspective, people think it's like that. You know, one of the things I always say about patience is that it's very easy to be patient when you know that you're going to get what you want. Yes. Yes, especially if you have the gift of foresight. If you're able to, you probably get downloads in your dreams about things coming to you, or you just feel it. Claircognizance coming in here. And so sometimes that can be that thing where, because you know it's coming, sometimes you can get a little impatient, but I feel like then you know how to connect yourself to that state of mind. And so you don't really get impatient so much anymore. I think that might have been a thing of the past. And people might have noticed that about you. Let's see. Your mental capacity and your mental powers, your psychic gifts as well, are definitely very expanded, and they are continuing to expand because of your increased faith, confidence in yourself, and your creative ability. And if you want to enhance it even more, I would say engage in creative activities of any kind, like journaling, drawing, painting, singing. There's also like, cooking, things like that. Anything like that I think will immediately get energy flowing for you in wonderful ways, and it will only benefit you. But you really are a master magician here. Let's get one more. One more! I don't know why my voice went like that. Ooh, 7 of Spears. 7-7. Oh my goodness, the lightning bolt. Yeah, you guys pack a punch. You really do pack a punch. Yeah, you're so clever. Yeah, your mental capacity is remarkable. I'm sorry, it's making me giggle. We have the Page of Flowers on the bottom. This is fire energy. Though, since it's the pansy shown, it does always make me think of Capricorn, since that is a flower associated with Capricorn. There we go. Gosh, I got the words out. And look how well they go with that. Look, yeah, you guys could really, you do gain a lot, or you'd stand to gain a lot from interacting with flowers more, especially purple and pink flowers. Extremely highlighted here. But yeah. Yeah, your mind, your mental capacity, unmatched. People underestimate you at their peril. Just so clever. And you seem to have, like, it seems like you just have all your bases covered as well. Yeah, you're definitely like chess, not checkers. You play chess, not checkers. We also have 1, 2, 3. And then there's 2, 1 there as well. So you're very good at getting sequences in motion as well. Alrighty. Okay, I will get you an oracle card to close out. Ooh, mama. I really enjoy your energy, pile number 1. It's very cool. I get a card on what makes pile number 1 unique. Help us close out the reading. Yes. Clarify anything that needs to be clarified. Yes, I feel like you definitely look younger than your age. That is a huge thing as well. Yeah, you might have, I've already mentioned Gemini, but Virgo also, ruled by Mercury. And Mercury tends to, bestow that gift upon its signs that they do look younger than their age, as Mercury rules the youth. I'm also getting Taurus or Libra here because it's very aesthetically beautiful, what I'm seeing here. Your beauty is just so, your beauty is so unique. It's just so striking and stunning. And your vibes only accentuate it. It brings it out. In fact, you might have been on a bit of a glow up recently. I think a lot of people are sort of coming to their senses about you. I feel like they're just like, hold up. Let me like take them in a bit more. Like people that have been around you more, like people that are just encountering you or just having to deal with that. They're having to deal with just like, boom, whoa. There's just so much to take in, and it's yeah, there's no really, it's hard to get words. Hard to get words to describe you. But I shall continue to do my best. All right. The Duchess. The Duchess. What shall we say with her? Let's move these along here. Put them there. Yes, very nice. The Duchess. Yeah, see, look at this. Staying calm amidst chaos. Definitely shown here. Yeah, I feel like something that's unique about you is you cause such a stir wherever you go. It's funny that I was just mentioning that, like, people just have to try and, like, it's a lot for people to process coming into your energy for the first time, especially. But since you've evolved so much, like, remember, you have changed quickly. Since you've evolved so much and, like, rapid ascension, I heard. Wow, very nice. Even people that have known you, it's so new and it's so heightened that it's even challenging for them to process. Even these 2 sevens here, it's like people can't, like, they're trying so hard to figure you out, but it's like lightning. Yeah, you're very dazzling. Very dazzling. All right, let's get a little reading from the book, shall we? Little pig. Especially the fact she's holding the little pig. The baby that turned into a pig, I guess. Pigs represent abundance and intelligence. So yes, you're coming across as very intelligent, abundant. The Duchess is very, also, she's also very cool. Like, if I remember rightly, like, when Alice makes it to the garden, she's very warm and affectionate to Alice, and she's like, come for a walk with me, dear. And then she's just chatting to her about everything and giving her the ins and outs. So yeah, you have that sort of, yeah. So I'm going to throw in Cancer here as well, Cancer energy. And I did think of that because of the beauty shown here. I know people would classically think of Taurus and Libra, but I found that like a lot of like Cancers have there's something so breathtaking about their beauty. They're also extremely artistic as well. I feel like people sleep on Cancer because like Pisces usually, you know, people always think of Pisces as very artistic, which it is. But I feel like people sleep on Cancer. I think if you look up a lot of your favorite artists, they'll have a very strong, prominent Cancer placement. But yes, you're very nurturing as well. People are very grateful for the love and the kindness that you share. You're very loving and kind. And that's why animals and the fae and nature itself respond so well to you. Yeah. All right, let's see what it says for the Duchess on here. Upon entering the small house in the clearing, Alice met the Duchess who lived there. She was a cantankerous woman, but she was super chill later on, I swear, rocking a crying piglet as if it were a baby. Later in the story, yes, it says it here, Alice crossed paths with the Duchess again, and she was in a much better mood, showing herself very eager to find the moral of everything and learn the lesson that comes with any event. Ah, yes. See, that's like what I was talking about. Very good at tempering your energies. Yes. The Duchess teaches you that an interesting lesson can be learned at every turn of the path. Finding this lesson helps you grow wise and gives even more sense to your own destiny. Always dig to discover the spiritual reason as to why a certain thing or another is happening to you. What personal meaning do you confer to the things that you are living through right now? That is a really good question. I actually really love that. I feel like if you meditate on that, you will have major expansion within your already expanded and beautiful, amazing mental realm. Yes, you might also be, you might be a little moody, but like, yeah, people, you know, you're worth it. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, I feel like for the most part, you're very good at controlling your emotions and everything. But, you know, we're having a human experience here, so I would say that we're only human in that way. That actually reminded me, because I mentioned Amazing Digital Circus earlier, and the latest episode of that, it talked a lot about that, as one of the characters is very much a people pleaser energy, and they're trying very hard to come off as nice all the time. And that means, though, that they can't form like genuine connections with people, so people appreciate your authenticity on that front. Like, you don't hide your true feelings, you're very honest, and yeah, your emotions are just, they're in full flow. It's part of the magic. It's part of, like, if you block up your emotions, you're stopping your creativity where it stands. So you're definitely very good at that. Very wise, as we talk about with the turtle here. Tea, you might love tea. He's got a lovely little teacup on his head. Ooh, actually, I got a really cool download for that there. Something that makes you unique is you get your tea directly from spirit. See the crown energy? Yes, you get downloads on people all the time. Yes. All right. Okay, I think that is everything I have to say for you guys today. Thank you so much for being here, pile number one. I've really enjoyed reading your energy on what makes you unique. Yeah, I really enjoy your energy. I hope you stay. I hope you enjoyed this. And if it did resonate and you made it this far, do leave me a little pig, a little pig emoji in the comments. I think that would be very fun. Yeah, I think there's many wonderful things coming to you. And I think you know that too. Alrighty, so hopefully I see you in another reading, another pile, another video, yada yada yada. And gosh, yeah, all the best. That's what I'm trying to say. All the best. So much love. See you later. Bye. Hello, pile number 2, Cheshire Cat pile. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I was getting a lot from this card already. What makes you unique? Alrighty, so immediately I'm going to throw it out there. I'm getting that Heyoka, Sacred Clown, Divine Trickster energy from this pile for sure. Very, very psychic, very... Oofed, almost omnipotent. You're just so connected to the divine. What else makes you unique? Yes, not much scares you. Very fearless. In fact, something that makes you unique is that a lot of people might be a little scared of you. Wow. And I will say, it came out in the last pile as well, but my collective must have a really gorgeous eyes because I'm getting very striking eyes. Yeah, if you have blue eyes. No, I just saw the, the meme of Miley Cyrus where she's got that really intense stare and her eyes are just piercing. Yeah, you definitely stare through people, stare through into their souls. You might be quite nocturnal, enjoy being out in the night and up in the night. Your sense of humor definitely makes you unique. I'll say that. I'll say that. Oh, I'm loving this energy already. Oh, you guys know I love the Cheshire Cat vibe, so anyone that's vibing with him, that's probably like a good sign that we will vibe together. Silver. Yeah, very strong psychic abilities. Might have some super psychics actually that watch me. If so, like, very honored. Do stay. I'm already being like, stay. I loving the vibes I'm getting from this so much. Oh my gosh. Little extra fairy blessing for you guys. Let's get our bibliomancy. Let's get going. I'm so excited. I was saying as well, I do have Through the Looking Glass book in this style, but it feels right to stay in Wonderland at the minute. In the future though, we might venture through the Looking Glass as well. 3, 2, 1. What do we got? You are old, Father William, the young man said. Okay, yeah. This is definitely such a fun pile. Oh. Yeah, you're just so unexpected. People are always just like, what is going on? Oh my goodness. This is more of your amazing sense of humor coming out here in these images. I'll show you the other one as well. My gosh. Yeah, you definitely take no nonsense. I was looking down at this bit here. Because it says, like, you are old, said the youth. One would hardly suppose that your eye was as steady as ever. Yet you balanced an eel on the end of your nose. What made you so awfully clever? I have answered 3 questions, and that is enough, said his father. Don't give yourself airs. Do you think I can listen all day to such stuff? Be off, or I'll kick you down the stairs. Oh my god. So yeah, you really don't take any nonsense from people. Maybe you are, like myself, a reader of some kind. You just have such... I love that it's like a spice. It's a bit of spice, you know? You guys got a bit of spice. That's that, the amazing duality embodied in the sacred clown, the divine trickster. Yes, you guys might connect to Loki, the Norse god of mischief. And he's connected to Mercury as well. Yes, as far as zodiac signs, I'm actually feeling a bit of Scorpio coming through here. Because I feel like you might have 8th house placements as well. Because I feel like that's the thing, that's why nothing scares you. Very shamanic. Oh, yes. Yes, also a shamanic pile. Not afraid of the shadows, because you have integrated yours. That's another reason why people might get a semblance of fear or intimidation from you. Because you're just so strong in yourself as well. Oh, this is very funny. This is very funny. This bit, this is like the bit Alice and the caterpillar are actually having a back and forth here. Oh my gosh, I think you say things that trigger people as well. Like, you definitely, I mean, that's definitely a Heyoka vibe thing. Because it says, well, I would like to be a little larger, sir, if you wouldn't mind, said Alice. 3 inches is such a wretched height to be. It is a very good height indeed, said the caterpillar angrily, rearing itself up right as it spoke. It was exactly 3 inches high. Yeah, you did. I just feel like you'll just have those moments because you're so tuned in as well to like others' thoughts. You feel others' thoughts. Perhaps some of you even like hear them as well. Wouldn't be surprised with this pile. But yeah, you end up just so many times you'll have spooked people by speaking aloud what they've been thinking or something that's aligned with it. And so some people will get very triggered by it. Then others will just be like a little, they'll be a little spooked, and then others will just be amazed and they'll be like, whoa, yeah, this is aligned. For the people that are more used to these sort of synchronicities and things like that, they'll recognize it for what it is. Alrighty, so let's get some cards for you, shall we? Alrighty, we're using the Alice in Wonderland Paolo Babiri Oracle cards. Very cool. Let's see how they go. What makes my pile number 2s unique? What doesn't make you unique is a better question, I think, for you guys. Or at least a lot more concise an answer. Because, like, I feel like you're just so one of one, you know. I could just talk about almost every aspect of you. Mad Hatter! That's so perfect! This is literally about being so true to yourself and your eccentricities. And look at all the divine love that pours into you because you're so connected to Source and you're so sure of yourself. It made me think of Lara Croft there, so you guys might like Tomb Raider. Butterfly, yes, you have transformed very much. Oh, and the wind is screaming out there. That's how true it is. The snail. What's the snail saying to me? Yeah, you're the type to make friends with the most unlikely of creatures as well. I think you feel like I think you feel like a lot of other people move at like snail's pace compared to you. You just feel like you're so in another dimension all the time. Oh, I just knew I was gonna love this pile. This is just so perfect. Oh my gosh. For exactly what I was talking about with the Mad Hatter coming out. You might want to check out the Mad Hatter's hat pile in the last reading I will have posted at this point of this reading going up. what makes my pile number 2s unique? Give me more insight. We've got a couple. Oh my gosh, you're getting some of my favorite cards in this deck. Well, these two specifically. I mean, the little door to a new land is pretty cool as well. Yes. Oh, the White Queen. This is it's a blooming excellent card. Yes, it is. Oh, wow. Got one more. Painted Roses. Interesting. Yes, yeah, you really see the butterfly appearing here and here. So let's just say on the bottom it's playing croquet. I'll talk about that a bit more. But yeah, I think the people that you interact with, they might be a bit more, how do I put it? Like the sentence I want to say is ingrained in the matrix. So I'm sure you'll get what I mean by that. They're very much like, think that there's a way we're supposed to live life or something, but you definitely show them another way with the butterfly, because they can see that you exist. So see the way that he's looking at the White Queen here, and the White Queen is about believing in impossible things to make it easier to show that they're not actually impossible, basically. And it talks about believing in as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast. And so if you meditate on things that would seem impossible, you're actually bringing that reality closer to you. And I feel like you know that. Look at the eyes and the blue here. Very much. Wow, you might zone off sometimes, just getting visions. Yep. Very magical. Look, 333 as well. 333. I'm actually wearing a 333 necklace as I'm recording. I wonder if I can get it on the camera. Ooh, it's a bit close. Wait a minute. It's nearly there. It's nearly there. I can't get it. Well, I tried. Here, you know what? I'll take it off. Just so that I can prove it to you guys. See? 333. How cool is that? So, yes, 333, Ascended Masters. And yes, the Ascended Masters, and definitely work with you. That's part of why your mind's so expanded. But yes, you really help people you help to show that society for what it is, basically. Yeah, because I know that the Hioka energy sees through all illusions and everything, and it feels, you feel, it's like super empath, where you feel everything so much. And because of that, you're able to sense the subtle realms so much more clearly than most. And that's how you're able to visualize and actualize what other people would deem impossible. And so you're broadening. Yeah, that happened in the last pile too. And, you know, I'm not surprised for a bit of like crossover in that energy, the expanding of other people's consciousness, because I did put that out as my intention for the type of people I wanted to attract to this channel. Yes, people like yourself. Because if you're resonating with this message, you are the type, like, I want to create a community of people that believe in a better world and are actualizing it within their own reality, in all their own unique ways. Yeah, you're definitely, oh, that gives me Coraline as well. Ooh. Yeah, I feel like you've definitely had some very intense shamanic experiences, and you've dealt with some crazy antagonistic energies or spirits that have hunted you down. But I feel like this is something that you're pretty much like fully overcome. You might have happened when you were younger, because Alice is younger, and then the Queen and the Mad Hatter here are fully grown. So yeah, you've come through some very unexplainable things to other people. People might not be able to comprehend. But you're very lucky as well. Very lucky. The dice here. Extremely lucky, but you know luck is something that you decide for yourself. Absolutely. You know, I just looked down as well and noticed as well, look at this mirror going on here, 21 and 12. A girl or a snake? Yeah. Yeah, haha. People might not even believe you're truly human, honestly. And I'm willing to bet you don't really feel human, to be honest. In the best way, of course. Yes. You're very, very magical. All right, I am going to get some clarifiers for you for these cards. Alrighty, I'm gonna get your clarifiers from Alice and Luna Tarot. It's so pretty. These cards are so nice. This is the first Alice in Wonderland deck that I got. La. All right. Anyway, I was also feeling with this. Oh, look, the Masquerade. Oh, you might really love like masks, like Venetian masks and things like that. You might have quite a fascination with masks. I was actually talking about Majora's Mask today, so that might be a game that you find very fascinating. The game is based around a lot of Buddhist concepts. Maybe you vibe with a bit of Buddhism. I feel like you're more of an eclectic individual, and that you draw from many spiritual practices. You find what works for you and what doesn't. Oh, and do look up the Thunderbird if you're drawn to this pile, if you're not already attuned. But yes, you might vibe with Buddhism more than most other organized religions, let's say. The key. You really are like, you're really good at timeline shifting. Yes. Opening portals. Going through them. Wow. Okay. Yep, let's get your clarifiers going. Ooh, upside down. Yeah, you're easy. Oh, you're very good at course correcting as well. Yes, I actually had a really like magical moment in recent times. I'm feeling called to tell you about it. But I was using the runes, and the rune came out reversed, and I had this urge to like turn it like a dial, like to shift it round to make it upright. And I felt like one of my spirit guides being like, yep, do that. And so I did it and like felt the shift in energy from doing that, from changing it from reverse to upright. And it was the rune of joy. And then I had like a very much an emotional, like huge emotional like breakthrough, feeling like a huge shift after doing that. So I really did a lot of magic, just that very subtle, very simple little change. Feel like you're adept at things like that. Yes, absolutely. You really notice things. You're very awake even when you're asleep. Very, very skilled on the astral planes. Ace of Swords, and that's the freaking truth. Oh my gosh, that's the truth. Yes. Oh, got another one. Four of Cups. Yeah, you can't stay trapped for long. Look, the key. The key. See, you can get out of impossible situations. See, that's that thing. That's the thing I was talking about with the White Queen, because she can believe in as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast when she's in good practice. So that's like you're able to shift out of like these seemingly impossible confined situations. It's because like there's just something in you. I feel like you've had this since you were a child. You're always able to conceptualize that anything's possible and that you could never truly be trapped. Because of your imagination, your expansiveness in the mind. I can relate. Incredible. Yeah, you might have had people try to suppress you in the before, because see the white roses here symbolizing the purity. And they're like painting them, and they're but that's how you show people the White Queen as well. Like this purity, there's like such a purity in your essence that people can't help but notice. And it makes them question why they are why they're covering up the white roses to begin with. Like maybe they're thinking maybe I should be proud of like the natural color of me too. Maybe there's something to this. Wow. Okay. And I get another card. For pile number 2, what makes them unique? Yeah, even if you feel down sometimes, you never stay down. You never stay down. Justice, because you know how karma works. Yes, you know how to work energy for sure. Oh my gosh, I pity the fools who come up against you, pile number 2. Oh my gosh. Wow, yeah, you really understand karma, and you've kept your heart. Your heart is pure. Your heart is pure. Wow. Because see, like what I'm getting actually now is, oh, you're really helping society just by existing. Because see, oops, sorry for knocking you there, honey. You know, I've never called my audience honey ever before, but you know. Anyway, so you see all these poor creatures here have been like branded with the hearts, and it's like the download I'm getting about that is that they're like trying to fit in. They're trying to prove that, you know that way that people are trying to like prove that they've got a good heart, that they're a good person and all that. But then there's you, and you're standing in your differences, and you're not trying to be like a good person. You're just innately, and you're in touch with your heart space, and that energy just overflows. It's so powerful, and you're so clearly connected to the divine, and you don't have to advertise it. So extremely unconventional. You really show people up, I'll tell you that. I can't get over the laughs I'm having during this reading. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for being here, pile number 2. I love you. I just love your energy. So, yeah, if you have been enjoying it, please do like, share, comment, subscribe, stick around, be a soul star if you're not already. If you are already, I'm so glad you are. Thank you for being here. Let's get one more card for you. Gosh. 10 of Wands. Whew. The 5 of Cups on the bottom. And she's got heterochromia going on here. So you might have some form of heterochromia. Queen of Swords. I think you went through a lot. See, I get the feeling it's like when you were a child, you went through a lot, and that's what you ended up turning inward and expanding so much through your mind that you made it so that no one could ever cage you again. And with the 10 of Wands coming out here as well, the 10 of Wands under this, like you refuse to bear the burdens that society tries to insist upon. I feel like you really illuminate to people the unnecessary burdens that they're carrying. And also, like people wouldn't know how much you truly carry as well, because because your energy is just so good. You bear it so well. No one would ever know. But actually, yes. Yes. Because a mastery level soul has mastery level lessons, tasks, ambitions. Yes, sometimes you might feel the weight of your ambition, but then I think you are very good at freeing yourself from that as well. You come into balance. Anything else from here? It's interesting how she's holding the hearts, and then up here, the Mad Hatter, it's been made into like this beautiful art piece, this amazing hat, completely unique hat. Yep. Alchemy, major alchemy. And I think if you pick this pile, you are I'm sorry about the there. If you pick this pile, I feel like you are definitely you've reached the end of a cycle in terms of perhaps how you, your career, how you make money, how you get to channel your creative energies. So I feel like you've had to put up with a lot from people, like not understanding you and just like projecting all their ish onto you, trying to get you to conform to what they want you to be. I feel like you're stepping into a time in your life where you get to be so much more who you are, and you don't have to worry about other people's reactions. I feel like you're currently aligned with a much better reality for you. Continue doing that, continue connecting to what is wanted, and focus on what you wish for, because you've got major power on that front, and that will help you leave behind any unnecessary burdens that are not yours to carry. Because I know when you are like a super empath like that, it's just, you naturally just absorb this from being around people. You might not even, like, that's probably not even anyone else's, but at the same time, I mean, sorry, that's probably not even yours, it's everyone else's, is what I tried to say. However, you've taken it up as your own. That's why I had that slip of the tongue, I think. But you've just gotten so good, it's kind of terrifying. Yeah, the Pain Eater. Oh my gosh, that's the name of the Heyoka type people from Tibet. Is called the Pain Eater. They like absorb, they have the ability to absorb and transmute others. You know, that's making you, your ability has made you such a just beautifully unique individual that knows there is no limits, knows that nothing is impossible for you. It's very remarkable. I feel like you're doing a lot. You're really doing a lot spiritually for the whole collective on the planet. Really don't doubt that. You're doing a lot just by being true to yourself, like on such a deep, intrinsic level. You've kept your mind free. And it's helping to free others, like in the whole collective. I swear, it's having crazy ripple effects. Stay true. Stay true to yourself. You will. I know you will. But I'm going to acknowledge the burdens that you have borne, and say thank you for those that are not able to give you true thanks back for what you've done for them. Alrighty. Whew. Oh my goodness. Oh, you came in deep at the end. Well, it's all been deep, but you know what I meant. You woofed. Oh, mama, as he would say. Okay, let's get let's get an oracle card to close out your reading. Alrighty, I'll get your final card from the Alice in Wonderland Oracle by Lucy Cavendish. Artwork by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. You know the drill. Final card on what makes my pile number 2 is the Cheshire Cat pile. What makes them unique? Any final confirmations? Anything extra you want to add to help them expand their already incredible consciousness? Painting the Roses Red. It came out again. Yeah, you really leave behind, you're really leaving behind people that don't deserve your energy. But I feel like, look at, like, because the Cheshire Cat's present in this image too. And it's like you're viewing yourself. You have that, like, divine detachment whenever you go through something, or you've gone through something that has been challenging. You're able to, like, see the funny side of it and see it, remove yourself from it. And that's what helps you quantum jump so much. On the bottom we have lead the way, be a leader, show others how it's done, you can help others. There's loads of birds here and a little grey fox, so you might connect to birds in particular, foxes. That goes with that mercurial energy. Painting the Roses Red. It's crazy you got painted roses and painting the roses red. You might have tried to be a human was what I was gonna say, but like that's how I feel about it. Like, you know, you might have tried really hard to be a human, you know, to fit in and to do the life thing, but you've really come to the right conclusion, I think, where it's just like, yeah, you're not meant to be that. You're meant to be you. You're meant to break the system. Yeah, you were never meant to integrate into the matrix like that. You were here to break it. Okay, let me take a look at the thing for this card. The passage 27, number 9. Covering up errors. Yep. Would you tell me, please, said Alice a little timidly, why you're painting those roses? 5 and 7 said nothing but looked at 2. 2 began in a low voice. Why, the fact is, you see, miss, this here ought to have been a red rose tree, and we put a white one in by mistake. And if the Queen was to find it out, we should all have our heads cut off, you know. We all make mistakes. Every single one of us upon this planet has made a mistake, misunderstood, done something that wasn't quite correct, and mixed things up rather terribly. Today, people often complain and want perfection. Much like the dreaded Queen, they behave as if they have the right to cut people's heads off, to punish them, if they have not carried out their assignments perfectly. The same applies to our soul assignments. Despite what our soul would best enjoy learning, we humans often misunderstand, head off in another direction, and make some rather wonderful mistakes. Thankfully, unlike the Queen, our soul will not punish us, but we do need to do some work to make things right. While you may be tempted to cover things up and not be open about what has happened, especially perhaps to yourself, it truly is best to see what can be done. If this relates to you on an everyday level, and you are working for a person who will be unkind or cruel if you do not perform tasks perfectly, then you may need to find a way to peacefully escape the situation. That way you can enjoy white roses just as they are without fear of making a mistake, or making things even worse because you feel you must cover up an error to avoid punishment. White roses are perfect, lovely, and innocent, and they came out very strong for you here. Do not try to cover up anything within yourself that you feel is not right, for fear of being punished is not presenting or behaving to expectation. Oh my gosh. And it says, working for or being in a relationship with someone who is harsh on those who make mistakes, feeling forced to cover up errors to avoid punishment, fear of mistakes being discovered, hiding the evidence as the consequences are much harsher than the mistake, feeling that what you need to do to stay safe is no longer reasonable. Yes, I feel like you're very much... Yeah, you might be in a radical phase of self-acceptance at this point, because I feel like this is a thing as well with integrating the light and the dark. Integrating your shadow, and your shadow side will defend you. I really want to get one more card. I'm going to get one more card for you guys. Confirm that card, please. This card came out in the teacup pile in my last reading, as this is being recorded. So definitely check that out if you feel called. Let's see. I get one more card just to confirm with painting the roses red what makes them unique. Again, I feel like this relates to getting yourself out of situations that feel completely stuck. You are very adept at that. You will be. I feel like you're coming into a lot more personal power right now. Yep. What's on the bottom is the card that was that came out with this card. No need to fear. Remember how powerful you are. You definitely are. And then these two both came out for you. And I'm going to take them all because they are very good. You are rare and free. There are not many like you. And uncertainty. Choose who you will become. See, you're just becoming so much more free. You are freeing yourself from anything, and that makes you very unique. So many people choose to stay in a comfortable enslavement. Well, it's not even comfortable. It's just familiar. It's their comfort zone. They choose to stay with what's familiar rather than being true to themselves and true to their morals and their values. I think you have very sparkly eyes as well. Something about the sparkle in your eyes is very unique. I was even getting that with this Alice here too. Alrighty. Okay, just a little more reading. A little more reading. You are rare and free. This very much goes with it. See, like, you've definitely had to deal with this and you had to find yourself through these difficult situations. Perhaps even, you know, a word that begins with A, abusive relationships or situations. They might have really caused you to find that within yourself. I think you dealt with a lot as a kid. I really do think you dealt with a lot as a child, and I'm very sorry about that. But you have prevailed and you're so freaking stunning. Your energy is just, I love it. I really love it. And you're stunning. Look at you. You're sitting pretty here. Yeah. Anyway, here we go. 38. You are rare and free. There are not many like you. Are there any more people in the garden besides me? Alice said, not choosing to notice Rose's last remark. The roses again. There is one other flower in the garden that can move about like you, said the rose. I wonder how you do it. Sometimes people will struggle to understand you, and when they have this trouble, they may well try to fit you into one box or another that they are already familiar with. When you are not clearly one thing or the other, when you are a trailblazer, a rebel, and a free spirit, you are likely to meet with disapproval. And this is what happens to Alice when the flowers, who know just who they are, cannot classify her. They assume she is just a rather wild flower who would much rather be like them. You too are something of a rare wild flower. You are a nature child. You are free, you are adventurous, and you just won't behave in the way that others think are right. You may wish to live outside the rules and conventions of society and culture. Yeah, because you see how BS they are. You see that they don't serve anyone, like, except for maybe some people at the top, huh? You are inspired by being your own self and exploring your potential. You are unconventional, surprising, different, and people recognize this. Some will say you are wrong to be free or downplay you as a weed, which the other flowers do to Alice, but others, like the sweet bud, will love you. Embrace your own rare qualities. Don't try to fit in. You'll be so frustrated and always quietly unhappy. Be brave. By being your own wildflowery self, you'll inspire others, especially those who are younger, to be utterly themselves too. And remember, it's never too late to be a wildflower. A struggle to find places where people accept you or where you feel you fit in. You must learn to embrace all that makes you different and become the very best you that you can possibly be. You will never be defined, so refuse to comply. Explore the frontiers of the human spirit and know how precious and rare you really are. You really are. You really are. You really are. Oh my gosh, I feel it so strong. I've got so many goosebumps right now. Such a beautiful card. This really does describe you. Wow. Uncertainty. Choose who you will become. Whew. The caterpillar and Alice looked at each other for some time in silence. Oh, and this is perfect because your bibliomancy had the caterpillar and Alice talking. Yes. At last, the caterpillar took the hookah out of its mouth and addressed her in a languid, sleepy voice. Who are you? Said the caterpillar. This was not an encouraging opening for a conversation. Alice replied rather shyly, I hardly know, sir, just at present. At least, I know who I was when I got up this morning, but I think I must have changed several times since then. When Alice meets the caterpillar, he wants to tell him who she is. He wants her to tell him who she is, what she is. Alice feels she cannot answer, as she is changing so much on her journey through Wonderland. Yes, I feel this pile so much. You know in this pile that to label is to limit. So that's why you choose not to go by any labels. I feel like you might like to just float about and think of yourself more as an entity than anything else. Oh, it's so real. It's so good. I think it's very powerful. I think it's very smart, honestly. I might be a little biased. When Alice meets Caterpillar, yep, already said that. Alice feels she cannot answer, as she is changing so much on her journey through Wonderland. She is unused to being so tall. It feels so strange to be so small, but her indecision, sadness, and uncertainty are not met with sympathy. Instead, the caterpillar gifts her with the chance to change herself to a size she feels comfortable with. He does not tell her how she should feel or what size she should be, but he does offer her the keys to self-empowerment by subtly letting her know she can choose her own size with the aid of the mushroom. Ooh, the mushroom, of course. Do check out the mushroom pile if you feel caught. It's rarely so easy. Empowerment cannot be instantaneously given to you. Oh, limiting belief there. I'm not so sure about that. It can. Well, you have to give it to yourself is the thing. You actually have to give it to yourself. So yeah, I see what they mean. You can't decide what you want to be and immediately be there. It is a journey. Well, you can immediately be there in your mind by doing the quantum jumping techniques. And you can really squish time and space through quantum jumping. Yeah. Still, anyway. On the way, you will make errors of judgment. It's only through the willingness to learn, experiment, try, fail, retry, and fail again, you will come to understand what must be done and be who you wish to be. Advice on what we must do to be empowered is on offer. But if you expect it to be easy, quick, or something another person does for us, you will soon learn the process is trickier and more arduous. Ultimately, it's far more rewarding than you could have ever thought. Good advice from an unexpected quarter. If you try, practice, and are willing to make mistakes along the way, you will become far more powerful and reach the place you are longing to be. So you might be in the middle of a transmogrification process right now, but you're definitely on track, and the more true you are to your beautiful self, and the more you practice believing in the impossible, I recommend Joe Dispenza to you guys, definitely. His quantum jumping meditations, very, very good. I personally like, exploring something new potentials. The new potentials one is my favorite. Just come up with a symbol for your potential that you want to come to the physical, your quantum realm, basically. You know what? Yeah, just have that ready before you go in. For some people, I'll give the example. So some people will just use the letter H for if they want to manifest a house, and then they'll just focus on that reality. And you should definitely check it out. Anyway, alrighty. I feel like I have said everything I need to say. So pile number 2, thank you so much for being here. Really, really enjoyed your reading. Hope to see you in another pile or another reading, another video, Hope you're a soul star now, part of the gang. And so much love to you. All the best. Goodbye.